Hello Elden Ringers, my name is Yeshabu. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be ranting instead of doing commentary on these invasions. I'll do a little bit of reactions, but for the most part, I'm just going to talk about something that I'm pretty passionate about, which is invading. So, I just like to state my argument first and foremost. I think that invasions in this game, because they are the hardest fights that you can get in this game, aside from like going to new game 10 at level 1, I'd say they're the hardest fights. So I'd say that anybody that doesn't partake in invasions is not a true fan of the series. Now you can say, it's toxic, I don't want to ruin people's time, but that's not the case. You balance out the game when there's more than one of them. It's that simple. You're just another little mini-boss in the game for them to have to face to get through the level. As a consequence for having, phantoms. It's super simple, but people still seem to think it's like this evil thing. People think it's griefing. And, in some cases it can be griefing, I guess. But fuck them, they summoned. Whatever. Anyway, back to the whole, you could say it's toxic. Now, if you think that way, I think you should just forget about it, because that's not the case. Like, you could play however you want. You could invade just to be like, hey, and just say hi to people for some reason. You could be one of those. You could do anything. But to face a 3-man is the epitome of the Souls experience, or 4-man in the older games. Like, it just is. I don't see how anybody could argue that. It's the hardest fight, which is very Souls-esque, because it's like, it's a hard game. Ooh, it's like that's the whole bit for the most part. So, yeah, that's basically it, I guess. I thought that rant would last longer, but yeah, I love invading. I love these games. I think they go hand in hand. I think if you're the biggest Souls fan ever, you're like super autistic and shit, then you're invading. You just are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just are. And if you haven't, you should try it. Most of the people who play this game, at least on the console that I'm on, which is Xbox for the most part, a lot of people are high level. I'd say to any of those people, all the PvE gamers out there that went too high level, tried some PvP and hated it, I'd say go to a lower level. I'd say try invasions at something like 40 even, maybe. Or maybe 15, honestly. 15 is super easy. Like, the overleveled phantoms at level 15, aren't even that bad. For some reason, it was really weird. On the way to 40 on one of the builds I made, I stopped at 15 just to see what all the hubbub was about. And it was too easy. It was literally just too easy. It was weird. But, yeah, it's like, just go to a lower level. I'd say 137, 150. If you want to try the meta levels. There's some nasty people up there, but there's also some relatively honest people just going through the game, the typical description of what an invasion is, just fighting people that are going through the game. Sometimes that happens. Oh my god, this build, man. I got so close to getting triple kills several times. I think one of those guys lived, maybe. Actually, I can't even tell, but that might have been a full-on triple kill, but there were a few very close calls of triple kills, clips that I might have not commented on in the past couple minutes here, but yeah, invade, basically. I mean, shit. If you love the PvE, some of that will, transition over to PvP. Not that much, but, it's the same game, so I mean, shit, you could still roll attacks, all that mumbo-jumbo. This fight was god-awful. So, notice that they're in the lake. I should have put a timer on this. Notice they're in the lake, they're spamming spells. Watch how quickly they last, man. They get up close, they stop doing their pew-pews, and then they just die. And that's it. Yeah, that Black Flame, holy shit. The page of the Black Flame Tornado is so good on this build. This is another almost triple kill. These guys are just standing around, and I'm like, hey. I love I love how PvEers like take a second to like realize like who you are and what you're doing. They're like, oh shit, this guy's red. What the fuck? Like, there's always a delay. Like you could literally just run right up and say hi, and they'd be like, what the fuck? Who's this guy? Like, they literally see the notification, like, you've been invaded by so-and-so, and they just don't pay attention to it for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess I'll just go back to the original point that I was making, that invasions are the hardest fight that you're going to get in this game, regardless of what you say. So, with that in mind, why wouldn't the biggest fans of this game be invading? I feel like, to a certain extent, invaders are the biggest fans of these games. They're the most passionate. They care the most, obviously. At least I'm referring to like tryhard invaders, not like the sandbaggers or anything. There's plenty of those. But I don't know. Like just invade. Shit, man. Do it. Like, I feel like there's not nearly enough people invading. There are more hosts than there are invaders. Sometimes that can feel the other way around at certain levels, but at meta, there's definitely more invaders than there are hosts. Like, I'll be sitting in a party with like a few invaders, like 6 or 7, and we'll all be invading, and we'll just be like, oh shit, man, yo, it dried up. Like, there's nothing. Like, who's hogging the invasions? Like, it's so small. And then I recently got on Dark Souls 3. I might have a video on it. I played on an old Dex build, and in Gank City, Ringed City, I got like 5 back-to-back instant invasions, which and I don't even think it was like an active time of day. I think it was like 4 p.m., 5 p.m., which is not typically a time that people are like really on. It really starts around like 8 o'clock at night for the most part. So the fact that Dark Souls 3, and for those who don't know, in Dark Souls 3 you can only invade in one spot. It's like before the patch in Elden Ring that made it so you can invade everywhere. So in Dark Souls 3, just one area was arguably more active. Not arguably, it was more active than the entirety of Elden Ring. And like, I'm playing at meta on both games as well. Like, that is so depressing, it's unreal. Like, I get why people dropped Elden Ring. I get it. I also get that I'm on kind of a weird console for the game. Xbox is not really a spot where it's like a big thing. On PS5 it's a lot more common of a thing to be into Souls games. On Xbox it's like fucking Fortnite and COD and shit. I feel like Xbox is kind of a simpleton's console, but I grew up with the UI, so I'm kind of just pigeonholed a little bit. And also, for those who don't know, there's like Xbox Live is like cheaper than PlayStation Plus as well, so that's kind of a plus for me right now. Kind of broke, but yeah, like shit. That's so weird that Dark Souls 3, a very, very old game at this point in time. What, 2016? What has it been? Fucking 8 years? 8-year-old game? More active than the Elden Rings! What is that? That's weird as fuck, man. Like, just seeing that, I mean, it was kind of cool, because now I'm going to be able to, like, go back to Dark Souls 3 a little bit, because there's actual activity, which I did not see coming. And, but it's all, at the same time, it's also very depressing to see that. Because it shouldn't be that way at all. Like, not even a little bit. So as much as I enjoy Elden Ring, and all of its horrible, horrible, blaring, obvious flaws, you know, it's a good game. Like, I'll go as far as to say it. It's a good game, it's a fun game. I have like 2,000 hours, probably nearing 3,000 at this point. I played a lot. This fucking invasion was weird as shit. I don't know if these guys were intentionally hosting here. I mean, they're matching. They both have like cute little outfits. Kind of blunder here and forget to spam endure enough. So I get yeeted. That's a pretty funny Ash to use in a situation like that. It seems like they were fucking hosting, like the Moog and then the Giant Hunt. I think that guy might have hard swapped too. Holy shit, that's weird. But yeah, that was a weird fight. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked as hell. This video is incoherent as fuck, but that's alright. These guys were actually good, which was kind of weird. Like, these guys are both decent. That guy's using the funny butt slam, so that's pretty wholesome chungus. So I killed one of them. I think I'm about to get a co-invader here, and if I remember correctly, he's like a blaring fucking idiot. Which is pretty common as well. That's why I'm like, hey, invade, because you got these fucking morons. What the fuck is this guy doing? Why did he Allahu Akbar me? Why did he do that? Like, damn, bro. So I'm gonna fucking kill him, obviously. Like, I just kind of hit him and then let him get blundered. If I remember correctly. Yep. So, like, the majority of invaders are just fucking idiots. Like, the amount of times I hear from, like, my friends that, like, other Reds just randomly attack them. Like, way more than they should. It's actually a common thing to just invade, and, like, you're getting ganked by these two goofballs that are taunters tonguing. And then your co comes in, and he'll either put on a funny ring to make him look like a host, or a cooperator even, or he'll just, oh shit, this was clutch as hell. Look at that, dude. Shit, dude. It's fucking lit, dude. Holy fuck. Rip. But, it's weird. Like, the invaders suck. Like the co-invaders that you get are gonna be dumbasses. Like, sometimes they just run right in and attack you for no reason. Like, we're the same color. Like, I had this instance where I had a bunch of back-to-back, like, fake reds. Like, these invaders that just were randomly hitting me. This invasion is so weird, by the way. But, I had a bunch of fake reds back-to-back, and then I was messaging a host, and I don't remember what it was about, but, he said, you're red, you don't have teammates. And it's like, it literally made it feel like everybody, even the invaders, were against me. Like, this motherfucker was acting like, ah, bro, well, shouldn't you know that? Like, invaders don't even have teammates. Even if you're both red, you're still enemies. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? What is this shit? That's so stupid. And it's like, I don't know, man, fuck it. Like, co-invaders that you get are always useless, pretty much. You can very rarely rely on a good co-invader, but, like, there are those times where you meet, like a really cool guy that's, like, an actual, like, coherent player. Rare, but it does happen. And just, yeah, insane. Great fight. I think that's the last of my clips. Oh, no it is not. No it is not. This is pretty clutch if I remember correctly. I get a black flame tornado right off the bat. It looks like these guys are doing the gank maneuver, and the fact that they don't know that invaders have iframes is very concerning. I don't understand how, to this day, I feel like I've fucking said this, like everybody has said this nonstop. How the fuck do these people not understand that invaders have iframes when they first come in? Like, what is that? Like, when you see somebody spawning in, you just don't attack them. I do it with summons, I do it with blues. It's a part of the game. Like, if these guys had been invaded once, they should know that. So how do they learn that in a second and then forget it? It's like they have the memory of gerbils. What is this shit? Oh, this host is really good. This is a good fight right here. Hell yeah, dude. Wow. What is up with the Bloodhound Fang, man? People just walk up in L2. Alright, so here's the build. It's, for those who don't know, this is the exact same build as my last video, except with like a little bit more endurance. I moved to like the higher poise instead of like some decent looking fashion, which is unfortunate, but it just made the build that much better. But yeah, that's the video. There's the Faith build. Oh yeah, got the Faith on there. Yeah.